And Dill, you were talking a bit about awareness. So I'm like, on the topic of awareness, you guys aren't just, a business, you're also finding ways to give back. And so another one of those pillars that you guys have in your business is the repayment of debt. So in every purchase of a Hyperflex t-shirt on your website you donate towards the Wounded Heroes charity. And can you tell us a little bit more about the Wounded Heroes charity and your partnership with them?
Yeah, so essentially it's like it's aligning a little bit more with like with the military side of things like that as well, where it's like we just try and give back to them, like those who serve, like especially things like was it like there's another company called APOD as well. It's like Australian. Yeah, yeah, completely forgot the name. APOD. You should know. But yeah, it's like, but it's just giving back to those who serve, and it's like not every day that someone's going to make it social to the point where they made an impact, and we just want to make sure that we recognize the ones that have made an impact and not talking about it, so it's just bringing awareness to the point where it's like, especially like Australia and everything like that, like Anzac and everything like that, like we wouldn't be who we are today if it wasn't for like the soldiers and stuff like that back in the day. So it's a way of giving back, and it also helps our brand to kind of show that we care.
Now, would I be correct in saying that the Wounded Heroes charity is only in its early days? I think it's a national community organisation supporting Australian, in particular, servicemen and women. But we've got some statistics here that say that around 141 veterans have been assisted through the organisation, 216 crisis calls been made, around $23,000 worth of meals have been provided, almost $40,000 worth of accommodation, almost $16,000 worth of utilities and medications, and also around $2,800 worth of fuel. So definitely some positive impacts coming out of that, no doubt. Can you tell us maybe a little bit more about on the side of that, where those funds are going, and where the organization's at in terms of its development?
Well, they're actually a separate, like they're separate. So we're not actually a part of that. We just donate the shirts, and they kind of deal with all of that themselves. So I'll be honest, I won't know too much about the statistics.
Much about that, yep.
But we do know, like if we're putting clothes on,
it goes directly to them.
Yeah, exactly right. Like we know that the clothes are going to the veterans and everything like that. They've sent a few photos through, and it's like it's so epic to see that like we're not just giving money, we're actually giving things that they can actually use and utilize, to the point where it's an additional cost where they don't have to think about.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cause, and it aligns well with your business model, doesn't it? The tactical military. Yeah. So it's a really nice,
a little bit of that military tactical sort of side of things that's come over from the original Evatac in America, that sort of followed it over here. So we tried our best to tie in the two styles of the brand into the one in Australia. Since we can't do those sorts of products, we've sort of gone down that sort of thing as well with the combat sports and then the Wounded Heroes.
Tried to kind of pivot as much as you can of much of that military side of things, with obviously without the firearms and
exactly right, yeah,
knives and things.